Hi, class. I miss you guys. I hopefully we will. I'll get to see you again on Friday. But in the meantime, we're gonna start reading Bronx Masquerade. I just wanted to show you what you will be in charge of while you're reading this. So if you head over to Google Classroom under in our class, you can head over. I haven't posted it yet, but it will be in your classwork. And I totally spelled Bronx Masquerade wrong. It should be with an X. Anyway, so if we go in here, there is a list, kind of a table of contents sheet that is for your poetry and prose analysis. So if you guys look, there is all of our characters that we have. There's a lot of them. Um, and then there's the poem that they write right here. And then it will have it on, like, page 2, but you can click on it, and it will bring you right to that page. If you notice, there is a name right by us, so, like, Tyrone Biddings, will be Mustaf. Shankara Troop will be Blessing, and once in a while, you'll get him again. So just make sure you pay attention to that, your name, so you're in charge of that person when we come to that poem and the part of the section. So if we head here, this is my example, and you can always look at this. This is one we did together, Long Live Langston. So the theme in prose, which would be the writing part, with the sentences like normal writing. Um, I needed to find a theme in that. So I came up with courage and vulnerability. And then I came up with evidence, um, a sentence in the text that would back my theme up. So I had knees knocking like a skeleton on Halloween, embarrassment bleaching my black cheeks red, eyes stapled to the pages in front of me. But I did it. I read my poem, and then I cited it with my page. And then the poem, the Long Live Langston poem, there's probably a lot of themes in there, but I just chose racial identity, and I backed it up with a quote, some evidence. So you made sure the world heard about the beauty of maple sugar children and the artfully tattooed backs of black sailors venturing out to foreign places. And I quoted that too with a page. Um, then I have the summary of the prose. So remember the regular, normal words, sentences, a summary of that, and a summary of the poem and some of the devices that were used. So the summary of prose, I said Wesley is a student in Mr. Ward's English class. He doesn't like to do homework, but he is interested in the topic. They have been assigned to do an essay on the Harlem Renaissance. He writes a poem instead. Others are interested in reading their own poems. And then a summary of the poem and the devices used. I said Wesley writes an ode to Langston Hughes, a famous poet of the Harlem Renaissance. He uses many references to Harlem and Black people throughout his poem. He also repeats the word you to emphasize Langston. And then my connections, I think it is important for someone to have someone to look up to, especially someone that is representational of themselves. We need more Black representation in all facets of life, politics, education, etc. And then the poem to try, which we already did this, but I said, try to write an ode about someone or something important to you using repetition of you and allusions. So, like, the next poem that we'll have is Tyrone Biddings called Attendance, and Mustaf, you are in charge of this one. So you need to do the same thing that I did. Do your theme in prose, the evidence, the theme in the poem, the evidence, the summary of the prose, the summary of the poem with some the poetic devices used, any connections to the poem, and then a poem to try. So pull out some of the themes, something with the structure, something with the devices that were used, some different way to kind of recreate the poem in our own way. Um, and then we'll just kind of keep going there. So that is classwork for that part. You only will have to do it every once in a while. So if it's your day, please do it though, because that's how we'll create our poems that we make ourselves. Um, then we're going to head over to here. This is our study guide. So pages 1 through 40. So this would be from Tyrone's commentary to after Devin Hope's poem Bronx Masquerade. So you guys will be having books. I also have it on a PDF format too, so it wouldn't be in page numbers, which is why I said Tyrone's commentary after Devin Hope's poem Bronx Masquerade, just so you had a point of reference there. But I want you guys to answer the questions that go along with it. So for this week, it will be pages 1 through 40, which goes from Tyrone to Devin Hope's poem. So if we go back to here, these are the people that will be doing this. So it goes up to Devin Hope's poem. So all the way, so Mustaf, Blessing, Ali, Nastejo, and Ahmed, you will be in charge of this week for the analysis. So we'll get in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poems with that first section of page 1 through 40. So I guess if you are doing one of these, you're going to have a little bit of extra work because you'll have to still fill out the study guide as well. But then when we come to this one, you might not have to. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. And so you guys will have class on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. So I hope to see you on Friday. All right. Bye bye.